Hello, viewers. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of the AVS show. You're watching me on the TV. So go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And after the show, you can go on Instagram and follow us at the AVS show. Right there, it's one word, okay? So make sure to do that. How's everybody doing?
Awesome.
Yeah, you guys all look good.
Thank you.
Be for the gods.
Darling, do you get into this cheat?
Yeah, so let's get into this topic. So I saw this article going around and I really want us to talk about it, okay? So the federal government has appealed to Nigerians in the diaspora to return back home. Did you guys hear the story?
Tell us more about it.
Oh, okay.
Because we're ready to scream on you, so go ahead.
All right, so this is what happened. The Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Onu, as you see right there, did a series of talk in the town hall in Nigeria and is begging diasporas to return back home. So this is what he said. Let me read a little bit of it. He said, "Please, we want you to return home. It is important. Not everybody will return, but some can start coming home." He continued to also... Why are you laughing?
No, I don't know. Just...
He continued to say this: "We are telling you that things are changing in Nigeria, and this is why I am here telling you this." So what do you guys think about this situation? Would you return back home? And I really want us to talk about
There's
this.
too many Chinese there. We can't fit.
Burn.
So I guess my question to you guys is, do we have the obligation as Africans living in the diaspora to return back home to our motherland?
Okay.
What do you guys think?
I think we do, but not yet.
Ooh.
I feel like we want to go home. A lot of us want to go home and go and share the knowledge we have gained and the experience we have, but they're not ready to change back home. So the corruption is still there. The economy is still bad. The leaders are still there. If we go back home as young, promising professionals with technological know-how and we want to tell them how to run the country, they will still tell us that we are not here, we are just new, we have nothing to offer, and they're not ready to listen. So if they are ready to listen, then we will come home. For now, we're not ready.
The topic of us going back home got me thinking, like, why did we even leave at the first place? Right? Why did you come here?
Why would you put me on the spot?
Oh, because you're looking at me because, like, you know, why did you move?
Why did my mother moved?
Okay.
So I moved with my mom. So I didn't have it. I was 12.
Okay, and now you are? And now you are?
Are you trying to get age from a woman?
Never ask a woman
All you have to say, now you are grown.
Now she's
so now you
21.
have the opportunity that you can go back
decide,
home, right?
yeah.
To decide for yourself.
So,
yeah.
okay. So, you know, I'm a couple of places. So I'm Nigerian, Ghanaian, and Nigerian.
Niger.
So I definitely do want to go back. In the next maybe 5 to 7 years, 10 years, I want to start looking. I'm actually starting to look at property eventually that I want to buy because I want to have something on ground.
Well, you get money.
Big girl talking.
Mama G.
Small get big girl.
No, I'm just looking now. I'm just looking at real estate ads, you know, making wish lists. But I think that it is imperative for us to go back. It is not to live there. We don't have to live there full time or whatever, but I think that we can definitely invest. Because it's the same way we are complaining about the foreigners coming and investing on our resources and chopping. We can come and invest and empower our own as well as make money, as well as, you know, because us making money bolsters the economy, right? So I definitely hear him what he's saying, but right now I don't think Nigeria is ready for all of us to come back yet. First things first. We need electricity if we're going to come back full time. We need the roads to be better. I'm gonna be real, because you know what I'm saying. I love Nigeria. You know, there's something when you go home how you feel and things like that. But how is Nigeria the same way when I left in '89?
Over a decade, I must say.
Oh my God.
No matter what. That's a long time.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, my parents left because they wanted a better life for themselves. Because things back in the days in Ghana were not as it is now, even though it's not perfect. So yes, it's not great. So they moved. Because if everything is perfect, why would people just move? And for him to just come out and say people should return home, are the people there now not good enough? Like, there are a lot of people in Nigeria. There are a lot of people in Africa.
Yeah.
So why won't you just focus on the ones that you have for now? Put them to work, create more jobs for them, give them opportunities, right? Because the ones here are okay. Some of us are okay, right? So now focus on the ones in Nigeria. Focus on the ones in Ghana, right? Give them jobs. For me, it's better than pray for us to come back home.
My question is, what do you have to offer? You're telling us to come home. To what? You have nothing to offer us. You want to milk us like Nigeria, like the norm. They want to milk you of everything that you have and then dump you just on the corner. You're telling people, young professionals from the States to come back, from diaspora to come back. But to what exactly? You're not willing to let go of the power. You're not you're not willing to step
that's
down.
a good one.
You're not willing to, you don't want to adjust to the new norm. So you're telling us to come back to work. To come and be under you again, where we give you ideas and we impact knowledge, and you call it as trash, and still stick to what you already know. So to what end? I don't see the point in it. When you're telling people to come back, then you actually have what it is that you set in place for them to come back to, for them to start. Like you hit the ground running, but you don't have that. So what are we? It's easy for you to talk. Talk is cheap. It also ties back into what's going on right now in Nigeria. Showore, who's like one of the young presidential aspirants. Every time he goes for interviews, the other politicians will ask him, "You this small boy, can't sit down. What do you know?" They question why he's going all the way to the top to be a president, as opposed to starting from the grassroots. Whoever laid the rules that you have to start from local government all the way up? If I know what I know and I want to impact this into my country, let me do that. That's what I'm here to do. You're asking me to come back and give back to the country. I'm trying to do that. But the same you that's asking us to come back, the same you is putting us down. So what's the point in asking? Why do you want me to come back? Now, going by that, nobody wants to go home because nobody has time to waste. If I go home and I invest all this energy and all my tacit knowledge, all to what? To what end? For you to still say, okay, yeah, so I made made what I said come through. I had the young people come back, and then the economy is still as is. Everything is still as is. No improvement, no nothing. I'm not with that.
You just want to drain.
We're okay where we are.
We'll
keep going home for Christmas.
Before we also come home, they need to fix that airport. I literally got off in that airport, and this woman was in a wheelchair. You know, in a wheelchair, they have elevators, they have escalators without working there. So this man is carrying this woman downstairs on wheelchair. Like simple infrastructure. As people are driving Land Rovers, they're driving BMW, Maseratis. On the roads are not even fixed. So it's priorities. Yeah. We need to fix our priorities, basically, about when it comes to spending money. You know, you have to really think about those things. As soon as you get off the plane, they're like, "Auntie, how are you? What, do you have something small for us?" Corruption starts from the smallest person in the airport. Auntie, you have anything? I went to the bathroom. I didn't come look for toilet paper. It's not the woman. They've grabbed one toilet paper out of the thing. You have to pay them 200 naira to get small tissue that's supposed to be in a public restroom.
Yeah. I mean, it is really hard because when you want to go home, right? You want to go back to your motherland. You want to build and help build. Yeah. But the people, they don't make it any easier. They don't. You know what I mean? It really, really sucks. Like,
I do like the airport in Ghana, though. When we got there, they gave all of us water.
Yeah.
I was like, they're giving you bottled water in Ghana.
You said two things, though. So you said electricity and airport. So if that is fixed,
electricity and infrastructure.
Roads. And also the bribery thing. Like, I just the whole thing of you have to pay everybody has their hands out. And it's fine. I know everybody wants to make money. Everybody's thinking about that come up. But like, you really have to think about how can we go about do it like without, it's like everybody's hustling because, you know, it's really hard. People may not get their paychecks on time, things like that. But how do we fix it? Because we don't want all of our money to be drained. By the time we get ready to invest in business, you have to pay for this contractor. Do you have contracts? You want to come in my room and sit and do contracts? You know, things like that. You have to worry about those things because there's also still misogynism that happens there, right? With women. I'm a woman. I'm a black woman. And you know what? I am down in the totem pole sometimes when we're talking about structure and as a Nigerian woman going back, how that looks like, you know? When I left, I go back and forth.
When was the last time you went?
I went this year.
And how long did you stay?
I stayed for 2 weeks.
Okay, I can't stay in Ghana. Like, when I went for a month, I almost died. I was like, get me out of here. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just too much. Like you said, the road. Even when you're feeling a little sick, you are scared to go to the hospitals. Right. Because the hospitals, you go and you might not come back. Because they don't have the proper tools. Their medicine, you know, it's not all the way up there. So, you know, they need to fix stuff like that. And I agree with you. The politicians, can they step down? We have these presidents that want to be presidents for over 30 years.
For life. African president.
The new Mugabes.
What about the Gambia president? He was there for life. He was going there with duffel bags.
Mugambe?
No, the one for Gambian government. The Gambian president, the one that they had to take him out. He used to go to the bank and tell them, fill these duffel bags with money.
Just
What?
like that.
Excuse me?
Just like that.
No deposit slip, no thing. Just fill the duffel bags with money. Like, how much money do you need? Like, I understand everybody siphons money. People steal money here too and everything. But at least make sure there's basic health care. There is, you know what I'm saying, basic education. And there's also a welfare system for people that cannot afford. Because these simple things, and then you can chop money. But you can't just chop everything where you are taking care of your immediate needs. You're flying in the most expensive jets. You're parking your jet. It's costing $4 million a day to fuel your jet. How many people in Nigeria can eat for $4 million a
They're
day?
being treated
goodness.
you didn't
4
say about
million.
talk about the healthcare system. They're being
Yeah.
treated outside the country. All the leaders.
the time.
When they're
That too.
sick, they go to London for
Including
treatment.
your president that flies
Yes.
Right.
the
They
shuttles
fly
between
them out.
Nigeria and London. Every time his tooth aches or his eyes twitches the wrong way, he's
Or
out
his
of the
ear
country.
itches,
Scary.
they fly out of the country. And then I don't like the fact that he lied saying things are changing in Nigeria. What is actually changing?
I
in
really
delusional.
wanted him to list the things that
He
were
didn't list
changing.
anything.
Because you said you left there 89.
I left
and
when I was 5, I left in 89.
Yes, and then nothing has changed when you went back.
It's worse. The National Stadium is decrepit. You know what I'm saying? Places that I used to, a museum is a shame.
Did he not shut
Do we
down
have
at a
these-
point?
Yeah,
The one
it's
in
a
Lagos,
shame.
right?
It's
Do we have
a
these-
shame. It's just a shit. Like, I was a little girl and we went to these places and it is worse.
So I went to school at SUNY Oswego, and there was a lot of study abroad students from Nigeria.
Yeah.
So when I was reading this article, I thought maybe he was talking to those people. Like if you got an opportunity, no, why are you laughing? If you got an opportunity to study in Nigeria and got study abroad programs, maybe you should go back. Right, because it was funded by them. So now go back and serve your country. I think that would make more sense to me.
Well, I agree.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So
So if
pay,
they-
pay it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they do fund your education
should
as
come back.
the government, you should come back and give back. Give the pass on that tacit knowledge that you've gathered to. But I don't.
But are they ready to
even
listen?
at that though, when they're coming back to what? Like I said before, you funded me to go and study. Yes. And now I'm back, but I'm back to what exactly? There are no jobs. Maybe when I come back, you probably
Come
want me
share
to
your
go back to
knowledge.
where I started
With
from.
whom?
With which people?
Share your knowledge with
when
whom?
I impact the knowledge I've gathered, right, on the people that I find there, and they want to make those moves that this new knowledge, this newfound knowledge has pushed them to make. You still say no because you already know that when they make those moves, things are going to change around,
Right.
and it's going to impact you because now you're not going to get that money that you're eating. You're not going to. They don't want change.
Yeah.
They don't want change. Nigeria is screaming change. The
But
truth
they
of the
don't
matter is
want
that they really don't want change.
They don't
But
want
the
it.
people, the powers that be, don't want change because the moment change happens,
It's going
a
to affect their
whole-
pockets. Why do you think Nigeria does not have electricity? Do you think we can't afford electricity?
Of course we can.
That's not a problem in Nigeria. But the reason is because most powers that be make billions of dollars
NEPA.
from importation of power plants and generators. So if there's stable electricity, it's going to affect their business. So there will be no more importation. So that's already a problem. Now you're asking us to come back home and impact knowledge. The knowledge will not be useful because they will not use it to do anything. For example, we still have cell phones where we buy SIM cards and we buy airtime, right? There was a Nigerian that also tried to go back home and see how they could start doing the pay per month service like we do here in America, where you just pay for and you have
But
unlimited.
people are living in that
But
country
nobody
without
wants
it, and
it.
they're still. Some people are still okay. So
But
why
there's
can't
some people
you?
that have gone back. I know.
Yeah.
We know friends that have gone back that are doing well.
Yeah.
But it's such a small percentage. Like it's not really easy. You have to go back with bank for you to live the life that you're accustomed to.
Sure.
Because hospital is not going to see if you don't have 200,000 naira to put down. Madam, you have this and that. Do you have who's settling
Even
the
if
bill
you're in emergency.
before they even see you? They're not going to see
The
you until you
healthcare
pay
system
them.
is terrible.
So where can we start? Where do we start? Are we just gonna just give up and say we are not going back
We
until
start
this
with-
thing?
Okay, on
Because-
my part,
yeah, mhm.
what I do is to think about ways to foster education, foster healthcare. Like I did a fundraiser. Like you have to think about ways
Nice.
to
That's
foster,
good. Yeah.
to foster. I'm doing different parts of Africa, so West Africa 1st. So it's ways to foster. So how can we help the upcoming people, the generation that are going to help us? How do we help them to get better and be better equipped? Because these are the things that are needed, like education, medical care, and some resources, like basic resources.
Mentorship
So
and
like
stuff.
us giving back is important. I think that's a good way for us to start. Because maybe we can't pick up and go and buy a mansion and everything, but we can slowly one by one, because it takes one step at a time to impact the whole. So what can you do on your own when you go there? And when I go there, I make sure when I get my stuff sewn, I'm using the tailors there. I'm doing things there so that
And
I
they
am
are good
empowering.
too. There's some good ones too.
Yeah.
I'm empowering that market. You know what I'm saying? Things like, so how do you empower in your own little way? Because every little bit counts.
Yeah, I agree. I would definitely go back if, they put things in place, like, oh no, seriously, job-wise, because I'm not going back. I already paid my dues with suffering. I don't want to suffer again.
You don't want to do stuff
I
ahead.
already paid my
Suffer
dues for
ahead.
all of that. So when I go back, yes, put jobs in place. Give me opportunities. Let me show you what I've acquired since I've been here. You know what I mean? So opportunities is what we're looking for. Presidents, politicians, our
People
leaders.
in power.
Yes, people in power. That's what
And
we're looking
send our athletes with their clothes to wear for the Olympics. Send them with money and stipend to eat at the Olympics. Send them with tickets
And
to
pay
fly
them
to the
right.
Olympics.
But you know what though? I know because there's no. I know they have budgets for all these things. There is somebody eating
The
every
snakes
time they
and the
put.
monkeys are
They
eating
have
it.
all
Have you
these,
forgotten
all these
snake and
animals
monkey
that come
swallow
out from
money?
nowhere and just take out duffel bags of
swallowing
money
money.
and disappear. They have budgets set aside for all these things you're talking about.
And
The
what purpose-
infrastructure, the education, the healthcare, but. Have you seen last year they had a budget come out now. It's enormous
terrible
amounts of
budget.
in trillions. But then do they actually carry out those things that they say they're
Nope.
going to do?
No.
Nope.
The money will just up and boom, vanish.
And people are actually really believing this thing. Like when it
course.
comes out in the news. And like snakes swallowing money. Like they really
Yeah.
believe
I
it.
think we need to first of all we have to like start from the grassroots, which is like
Education.
exactly educating them because a lot of them don't really know. They go by what you say. Oh yeah, animal, and you're like
It's
It's
possible.
possible.
gotta be free
How is
education.
it possible? First of all, you know the amount of money we're talking about that an animal took, a snake came and took. It all stems down to enlightenment. We have to first enlighten our people what it is and also have them know their rights. A lot of them don't know what they're entitled to, that they actually have the right to ask questions.
Yeah.
You have a budget. Okay, so where are all these things that you said you want to do for us?
Yes.
They're okay. We as Africans, we're settlers. We tend to like just get comfortable in our little zone. We're like, you know what? It doesn't matter. I mean, we're fine. No, probe. You have the right to probe your government.
Right.
If everybody, and that's why they keep screaming, get your PVC, get your PVC. All right? I'm not out there, but I'm telling you guys, viewers, people back home, get your PVC. Your vote counts.
Right.
Your opinion counts.
It does.
You need to probe. Probe the government. Ask them, what are you doing? Why are you still there for this number of years and there's nothing has changed? Everything they say you were going to do, everything is still the same. The government hospitals are still the same. They're falling apart. There's no fire. My house got burnt. When I was in Nigeria 2 years ago, it got burnt. God saved me, I didn't die in a fire. But the response time, after an hour, the house burnt completely before they made it down there. Now, all these things are important. Do they actually ask those questions? No. Which brings us back to what we're talking about.
It's
It can't-
accountability. It's
There's no
accountability.
You guys did
There's
mention
no accountability.
education will help, but I also think it boils down to poverty as well because most of the people that are getting the good education are the rich people. Because university is very expensive, secondary school is very expensive, and before you can get into those top-notch schools, you have to have money.
But
Yeah.
do you even need education? Because a lot of these politicians don't even.
They
know
don't have it.
They don't have it.
And
They
yet
don't
they're
have
eating all
it.
the big
They
money.
don't have it.
They're just having such. It's the scandals around major our top people not even having simple degrees. So how are those people that don't even know like that street knowledge is not a good knowledge, but we need a little bit of education in your system because then you're going to navigate the country differently.
I think what this old men, the politicians, what they do is they have to leave the people poor. The people have to stay poor so they can control them.
Economics.
Because when you are poor, you don't have power, you don't have choices. So they make you do what they want you to do. Like for example, in UAE, Dubai, almost every citizen they are paid just because you are an Arab citizen. And Nigeria has enough money to pay its citizens, whether born or unborn. But they know that if they put everybody on a stable system, they will not be able to control the masses. So that's why they leave people poor. That's why they make things difficult for people to achieve financially, like education and every other thing, so that they can control the masses.
And you know what's funny
And the
too?
only thing that we need is for all these leaders to like leave the office. We have to flip the script and bring down the age and put a real hard criteria for running for political positions before we can see a better future. You guys heard about this, okay, you didn't hear about this, a very young Nigerian guy called, what's his name again? Chike Ukegbu is a Nigerian. He grew up here in New York, and he's 35 years, and he's actually shown his interest in contesting for presidency in the election.
And I hope they're listening.
So
Get into it.
yeah, that's why we're mentioning it now, that his name is Chike Ukegbu. He actually grew up in New York. So it would be awesome if they could listen to that guy, because I think he has gone back to Nigeria now. He's carrying out, as in he's being interviewed in so many places. He's well knowledgeable, and he's very influential. He has even been mentioned in the UN as one of the 100 most influential people in the United Nations. So we need people like that. But the thing is, who will support him?
Yeah.
We say never too young to run, but when the young ones come, we laugh at them. We say they're not experienced enough. So what is that experience? Being old or being 70 years? Being old doesn't make you experienced. Being old makes you old school, because right now we're in a digital age, a technological age where everything is moving so fast. So I think Nigerians should get their PVC and listen to this guy and hear what he has to offer.
Yeah. So things can actually change, okay?
Right.
And the one thing that is also funny to me is like when these politicians, when they talk, they ship most of their children to
Abroad. Most of their
Abroad.
students, most of their kids are schooling internationally.
your children are schooling internationally, your cousins, your nephews,
Your
but then
nieces.
you want us to come home
home.
and fix the roads. No, how about you fix the roads? How about that? All right, so
Terrible.
we're gonna come to Africa, but things need to change.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's what we are saying.
Absolutely.
Across the board.
All right, let us know in the comments your thought on these topics. Would you go back to your motherland, wherever you're from in Africa? Would you go back? Let us know in the comments, okay? Until
do.
next time, you're watching the ABS show, and this is Mina TV.
Subscribe.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, and if you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.